independent candidate, or somebody who contests as an independent candidate, Jacob Osei Yeboah, says you take the Electoral Commission to court. He says that the Electoral Commission needs to do something about the voters register, and more so make sure that they implement whatever the ruling was in the Abu Ramadan case.
Yeah, I heard Joy saying that.
Oh, you heard Joy?
I heard it.
Okay.
I heard him saying that he would take Electoral Commission on. I believe that everybody will want a credible register that will be used, and that will be the result of which will be accepted by all of us. And I am of the view that Electoral Commission is an independent government institution, and they should be allowed to do their work. Anything short of it, we should not allow it. So if Joy thinks that the best thing for him to do is to make sure that they come up with a credible register, then he's allowed to. He's a citizen of Ghana. He's an independent candidate, and who knows, tomorrow he become a president of Ghana as an independent candidate. Who knows? So he's within the law to do that. But for me, I think in the Electoral Commission should be given the chance to do his work.
Even on the subject of the Abu Ramadan case, when the court says that they should delete names of NHIS card holders,
and that it doesn't end there. If you want to delete it, inform the registrant, those who have registered.
It's not in the ruling.
It is there. Then you should inform them. You inform them first. If you are deleting, inform them, and then you re-register.
You give them opportunity to register. Yes. Why hasn't the Electoral Commission stated it wants to delete? They say you should come and display and do all that.
The best thing to do is for you to come and display, and that is the process. That is the process.
But the ruling says delete. What process do you need again?
If I have to inform you before I delete your name, I can't just stand and delete it. I have to inform you. Now, how do I inform you? I inform you by displaying the what we call exhibition.
That is a very simple way of interpreting what the ruling is that not it?
Well, that's the way I interpret it. I don't know, somebody else will interpret it somehow.
Sometime, especially with Joy saying, Jacob Osei Yeboah saying that now he may have to send the Electoral Commission to court on some of these very vexed issues.
Yeah, you see, but a quick one on the bribery.
You've had enough. We've had enough.
But you see, when Bush was here and was given a Kentucky law, and we look at that as a gift. But meanwhile, even with the custom classification of gifts, the custom classification 43 that goes as a private thing. 42 should be governmental, but they use the 43. So let's keep it there. But let's look at Joy. You see, when I hear the argument that we should allow the EC to do its work, what hindered the EC in doing the work? The work the EC should do is that there should be a credible register, that they should hold credible elections, that matters concerning elections from registration to the D-Day are all done in a clear, transparent manner. If people feel that there are certain persons on the register, and this is a question I've been posing, are we happy as a nation, or do we want to have it as a nation that foreigners should be on a register?
Well, we all said they should not be.
So why?
Well, that is why the Supreme Court has given a ruling on a matter for which a consensus is sent to court.
So why is it that 40 days after the EC have not taken any step?
Well, the EC has come out with a template by which it intends doing.
And what's the template? That they're going to do an exhibition of the limited registration.
Well, that's what the law says.
And include all the other names.
That's what the law says.
See, the matter is simple. One, how many, the categories of people or persons who are supposed to have their name deleted are the dead. If you are dead, you are dead. Minors, the law says that Ghanaians of sound mind, 80 years and above. So if the person is below 80 years, technically and by the law, the person is off. It said multiple registrants. If I've done more than one registration, technically the law takes me off with even a penalty. All right. So those who use the health insurance are the next group, and that is where, because of the law that the act that set up the health insurance scheme, makes it possible for non-Ghanaians, people for Cosmokai and the rest, to register as scheme members, and therefore can use that card to register as voters in Ghana.
That's what they did.
So there's that possibility. And the EC itself has affirmed that yes, they know that people use the National Health Insurance to register. The form A1 that we use for registration is clear, is stated there, the kind of registration identity that you use is on that form. And every single form that was used, it's with the district electoral offices. If you go to my constituency, for instance, we have about Efija Kwabri North. And I have two constituencies, Swami constituency and Efija Kwabri North.
You live in Swami?
Yeah, that's where I started my political career in '92, and I've been part of that constituency till now.
But originally you come from Efija
Kwabri, Chichwari to be precise.
Chichwari.
We have about 46,000 on the register. So if
46,000 of what?
People, registered voters.
Okay.
So if you want to go through hiring 20 hands at that office to just sift through, you take roller workers from A1, there's a column there that indicates the kind of ID that you use. What job is this? That the EC
it could have been done in 2 weeks, you said.
Of course, in 10 days.
So that's what the Electoral Commission should have done.
Sorting it out simply.
So you think the proposition of the Electoral Commission in what it says, the law says it should do, is wrong?
That's what the law is saying.
But that's what the ruling said.
What the law was saying.
The ruling, Mr. Sampine said, the Electoral Commission needs to delete the names in accordance with the law.
In accordance with the law, that's the law that I'm telling you. The law says you should be 18 years and above. If you are less than 18 years.
The law on deletion.
What's what the law on deletion?
Yeah.
What's the law?
You have to display. Somebody has to.
Who says there's that law like that?
If you want to delete names, there's no law deleting NHI card holders, but there's a law if you want to expunge somebody's name from the register.
You see,
yeah, politicians.
The CI 91.
Yes, please.
Which is a constitutional instrument.
It's the current law we're using to conduct our election. Yes.
Read the CI 91.
I have.
And look at. No, I'm not saying you've not read it.
You said I should read it.
Yes.
I have read it.
And what is it saying about deletion of names? You see, it's a matter for the EC to take steps.
Good.
And whatever steps they take, it's legal. Because I've given you the categories already, and these are all legalities. So when they come to talk about the law, what law? Then lawyers from legal
Roland,
I'm talking about existing laws. I want them to quote the exact laws that is telling them.
Is there some ambiguity in what the Supreme Court said we should do?
There's no ambiguity at all. They were clear in their mind that Electoral Commission is an independent governance institution, and therefore they are backed by the law. This law must work, and one of them is what we call the constitutional instrument. This constitutional instrument was passed to regulate the election, and one of the regulation is that you display the register or the voters register for people to either point out that this person is dead, you take it out, you take the person's name out, he's underage, you take the person out, or he's not even in. It's so clear in the constitutional instrument. I don't get the point that you should go and hire more people to sort out the names of people who use national identification. What is wrong if it is displayed for the period of 2 weeks? For you to point out, or for the or whoever to point out that yes, this person is not a Ghanaian. Take his name out. This person has registered with NHIs. If you have any evidence, show it and let the person be deleted. You see, now the Supreme Court also said that if you notice, if Electoral Commission has seen that somebody has registered with NHIS card, inform the person and delete the person's name and give the person opportunity to re-register. And EC is saying that, well, the best thing for them to do under the circumstances is to display the register, which we call exhibition. And it's part of the process that we've been doing. I don't get it that we should go and spend money again on taking people 26,000 police
But
stations.
if that's what has to be done, it has to be done.
Roland, we are in this country. We have issues.
With what?
With drainage. We have issues.
Which one do you want? You want conflicts? We want conflicts with the law.
We've been having elections since 2000, since 1992, December 1992.
In the Fourth Republic, yes.
Fourth Republic, till date. Has there been a conflict? The only conflict we know are mano ones. The issue is that people must, other including my own political party, must begin to accept the fact that EC must do its own work well.
When there are concerns being raised legitimately about the way the EC is doing its work, that should be a concern for even you, who seem to think that the independence of the Electoral Commission should be sacrosanct.
For me, as soon as you begin to doubt the credibility of EC, then it means that you are even doubting the credibility of the election itself.
If you are a stakeholder in the political party activity, you should be worried if you think the actions of the Electoral Commission...
For over 20 years that we've embarked on this journey, for over 20 years, there has been reform. We started with something that everybody knows, a black box into a transparent box, from a non-biometric card to a biometric card. Have you not done reforms enough? Now we are taking NHS out. Is it a reform? This is all part of the reform that we've embarked on. And I believe EC is doing his work well.
Now, do you think that these very sharp contrasting positions that have been taken on this very debate will augur well for eliciting trust in the Electoral Commission, also giving a certain trust to the electoral process prior to the elections we're going to have?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. You see,
because you need these conditions in place.
Says we've been holding elections
and it's been peaceful.
Cote d'Ivoire had elections several years, but it took one decision of somebody.
Are you sure the scenario in Cote d'Ivoire is the same as in Ghana?
Oh, but that was an electoral decision.
It was
an electoral decision. It was an electoral decision. And what we are talking about now, it was an electoral decision. Okay? Don't take us as being Ghanaians and that we're always going to sit down and take things for granted.
So you're saying that if some sections don't agree or don't agree with the actions of the Electoral Commission, it could lead to conflict?
There are individual differences.
Is that what you're saying?
That could. There's a possibility. Okay? In 2008, when I said look at the Marshall NDC by using some media houses to whip up sentiments, what happened at the EC? The footages are all there, all right? So we shouldn't sit down and look at it from that angle. Let's be patriotic, and we're talking about integrity and doubting the integrity of the EC. If they don't do things right, they're not going to give us credible results in elections. Okay, of course.
Are you worried about currently the actions of the Electoral Commission?
Very worried. Very worried. We don't have the luxury of time. We have some 5-6 months to an election.
We don't even have 6 months.
Oh, there is no law. I still maintain we're going to vote on 7th December. There's no law yet. So until the law is there, and I don't know what they are doing about it in Parliament, but until the law comes in, I know we have 6th December to run an election. But if assuming we've been going for 7th November, we have some 5 months to the election. And if people are concerned about issues, and if the Supreme Court of the land gives an order, and people think that we are independent, it's that same laws of the Constitution which the Supreme Court talks about that makes you an independent body. So you cannot be independent of the laws of the land, and therefore this action should be taken.
It is the interpretation of the Supreme Court's judgment that is creating all this problem.
Is the regional secretary for the MPP in the Ashanti region. Thanks for joining me. I've loved my discussion with you. I would love to have you again. Great knowledgeable man. And also another great knowledgeable man is Emmanuel Bejra, Member of Parliament for Whole West. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you, Roland.
Defending the
indefensible,
the gift. All right.